What's up, everybody? How you doing?
We made it.
We made it. What's up, Ray? What's up, Austin? How are you guys doing?
I am doing fantastic.
2 thumbs up over here. Doing great.
Yeah, you see the high heels behind me?
We do. We see the high heels. What's going on over there, dude?
That is a version of being virtual and being in your guest room to record because your whole family's about to come home.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to be busting down the door. Daddy, we want something.
Yeah, exactly. Dogs barking, wife yelling, kids yelling, something's going on.
And then next you know, you're yelling and it's a whole mess.
Yeah, exactly. It's better when I'm yelling.
You know what we need to do? I want to, you know what? And we could do this here on my radio board. We should call your mom one of these days. I want to talk to your mom.
Yes. If we call my mom, she is out of control.
You know she ain't doing anything.
You know this East Coast time is even better for her. So next time we're on 6 p.m., we'll have to have her on.
Oh yeah. You know what? We're gonna have to do that. You're gonna love me for that one, Ray. That's for sure. I'm sure you're gonna probably be in trouble about something.
For sure. Crazy.
Yeah, Austin, what's up, dude? How have you been?
It's been a long 2-week break. Happy to be back. Haven't really been doing much except for being ready to be live again, and I'm excited to get it started again. Such a great show today.
Yes, exactly. So we have taken a 2-week break. We launched a contest, Rag House. We launched Rag House Radio, but we are back. We have an awesome show hailing in from New York City. That's right, the East Coast. We have the one and only Shannon Mack. We can't wait to bring her in. She's backstage right now. And we also have a giveaway from Whole Life Soaps. Now, this giveaway is a $30 gift card. You can pick anything you want. It's hot out there. It's cold over here in SoCal. It's like 30 degrees one day. Then it's like 100 degrees like today or something. You know, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. So we need all that conditioner and soaps we want. So right now, let's check it out. A word from our sponsor, Whole Life Soaps.
At Whole Life Soaps in Wrightwood, California, we have over 45 varieties of bar soap, handmade lotions, face creams, and sugar scrubs. We have bubble bath bombs and shower steamers. And we have deodorants, candles, lip balms, and a whole lot more. All of our products are handmade for your health because we believe that what you put onto your body is just as important as what you put into it. So shop online at wholelifesoaps.com or visit us in Wrightwood, California.
There you go. That's right. You know, we're all about supporting entrepreneurs and small businesses everywhere. So Whole Life Soaps right here in the Inland Empire in Southern California. So we have one comment. Let's see. Jason Vilches is in the house from LA. He says, yay, the show is back. What's up, Jason? So good to see you. He's the one that's won all 2 of our giveaways. So Jason, we appreciate you tuning in.
He knows his stuff. He's he listens a lot. He knows his stuff. Knows when we're live.
Here's big fan of him. When we get it.
Yeah, exactly. So without further ado, check this out, guys. Shannon Mack hails from the Bronx of New York City. She has over 15 years of experience working in the entertainment industry. In July 2018, Shannon launched her own YouTube celebrity interview series called Petties and Mimosas. Tell me, you guys, that ain't a party. That sounds so fun. Shannon has recently launched her own lip line, Pretty Smack. Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Mack in the house. Yeah. Shannon Mack, how are you doing today?
Hello, folks. I'm well.
Very
much for having me.
Oh my goodness. Well, welcome on into the West Coast to LA. How does it feel? Do you feel that sunshine?
I miss LA. You know, I actually lived in LA for 13 years up until right before the pandemic. I was going back to LA And I guess Corona had other plans for me. Like, nope, you better sit your tail right down. So yeah, I
Exactly.
miss LA.
That is right. I remember reading that you did live in LA, and we miss you. We want you back. But New York
I'm
is
trying to come back, girl.
well, you can come and visit us at any time. Now, before I start this interview, I always like to ask random questions, and you have to pick one or the other. Okay? Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Radio or vinyl?
Radio.
Dorothy or the Wicked Witch?
The Wicked Witch.
Of course, yes. I wasn't sure about that one. Flame broiled or deep fried?
Oh, flame broiled.
Yeah. And I know this one, lashes or lipstick?
Oh my God, of course, lipstick.
Of course, lipstick, especially with your new lip line that you just launched, Pretty Smack. We can't wait to talk about that. But first, tell us about where you were born and raised.
I am from the boogie down Bronx of New York City. Actually was born in Mount Vernon, but raised in the Bronx by a Jamaican mother and Belizean father, but really a Jamaican mom. My mom is like the one that's, in charge. So I have like a Jamaican influence, grew up in a Jamaican household, and have that, deeply embedded within me. What can I say about the Bronx? Like, it's New York, man.
Yeah.
I feel like being from the Bronx has groomed me to, be right where I'm at today, with that hustler spirit, bringing it to LA. I feel like even though I only spent 13 years of my life in LA, it feels like longer because I brought that New York hustle with me, to that New York hustle mentality with me to LA. But New York is New York. Like, what can I say?
God, you know what? I've been to New York, and I am not a city person, but I loved it. There's something about that city that just pulls you in. Ray and Austin, have you guys been to the Bronx?
I'm from Maryland, so yeah, I went to New York all the time. Boogie Down Productions. I'm MC Shane. I'm back from the day. I remember the battle. So I'm old school like that. You know how I always talk about how old I am and the East Coast I am. So yeah, I know it very well, and I miss that flavor. It's a whole nother vibe.
It is totally a whole nother vibe.
Yeah, Austin, have you been to the Bronx?
The farthest I've actually been I live in California. The farthest I've actually been is I've been to Ohio. That's the farthest I've been. I've never even been to the East Coast, never been down south. I've been to Texas, but I was just in an airport. I don't get out much. So
You're young. You have a lot ahead of you.
Ohio is definitely not the Bronx.
No, it's not. It's not. That's just the farthest east I've been is Ohio. Yeah.
You have so much time, Austin. You're gonna get out there. Okay, Shannon, how did you start your career in radio and entertainment?
I went to Villanova University in Philly, and I was actually supposed to be a psychology major, but I guess God had other plans because I was doing really bad in psych classes. And I was actually also having a hard time at Villanova. Like, it was culture shock for me because it was just the complete opposite of what I was used to, growing up, being born and raised in the Bronx. So when I got there, it wasn't the most pleasant college experience. So I remember coming home, like jumping on the R5 to the R7 to the New Jersey Transit to the number 2 train at 42nd Street all the way to the Bronx. And I used to go home a lot. And my mom was like, look, I'm not working this hard for you to, come home as much as you do. So you might not be having a great time, but I'm going to need you to figure it out. So
were you living in the dorms? Is that why?
I was.
Oh, yeah. You were coming home. She was dropping all that money to live on campus.
Exactly. And she was like, what the hell? You could just stay in the Bronx for all of that. Like, you need to stay, you're behind right there at school, work it out. I don't care what's happening. So I ended up joining the radio station just to, get involved with extracurricular activities at school, just to see if I could find a way to fit in, and I caught the radio bug back in 2002 and haven't turned back since. So I had a radio show on the Villanova channel at school. Nice. And then I ventured off into the TV station. I also had a TV show. So I had a TV show called It's All About Hip Hop. It was a hip hop video countdown. that I would intro and outro the videos, and I would do celebrity interviews between the actual music videos. I had this big Notorious B.I.G. backdrop that I used to sit in front of, and I used to deliver the intros and outros and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, so after I graduated, like literally 4 days after I graduated from Villanova, I landed afternoons at KISS 101.7 in Wilmington, Delaware.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's huge. Right out of school.
20 years old. Yep. And full time, 2 to 6 every day.
Unheard of in radio. Unheard of.
I wish. My goodness.
Austin was at his radio show in college too. That's where he got the bug as well.
Nice.
Dip my toe in it, and I've been swimming in it ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. Radio is that thing where you're not in it for money, but you're in it because you love it. It's just something about it that you just love it.
The music, I think it's the music too, of course. You know, you're surrounded by music and you talk music. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what was your favorite interview? I will jump in. I ain't asked that for I know April probably ain't gonna ask that question, but I wanted because you talked about being hip hop. You had Biggie behind you, so I'm a hip hop head. So I wanted to know
from back in the day or recent or just my whole career.
Back in the day,
way back.
Actually, I have very fond memories of going to Pitbull's. I don't tell this story often, but Pitbull's hotel room to interview.
Okay.
I think they planted it just to be funny. What did you say? I didn't even hear you. What did you say?
I said it's a family show.
Oh yeah.
PG.
Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't tell this story, but no, it had nothing to do with me. But I remember that there was like condoms everywhere, all over this man's hotel room, and I was like,
no,
okay. I'll never forget that. I don't even remember what we talked about in the interview because all I remember is just condoms everywhere. Like
were they
surrounded?
Were they still in the package?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the term cochino? Do you know what that? It's like a Spanish slang term for like dirty boy, cochino. Like that's stuff. And I would have said that. I'm sure he would have understood.
Yeah, I remember that. And I, like I said, I don't remember what I asked him. I don't remember the content of the actual interview, but that always stood out to me. And I never forgot that.
Oh my God, that's so funny. When you bump into him next time, you have to tell him that. He'll probably be embarrassed.
Be like, what the hell, man?
But you know what? Maybe 112. Because I think it was surreal for me when I interviewed them because I, grew up on them, grew up listening to them, and it was the four of them, And then fast forwarding up to now, I actually interviewed, two of them about like 3 months ago, and it was like a full circle moment. They didn't remember me, but probably if I had to give you a direct answer, it would probably be 112.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, let's jump into petties and mimosas. You guys, for tuning in, you have to check out this show, even COVID style. Petties and mimosas, what a wonderful idea. I mean, that's an awesome idea. And you thought of it all by yourself, right?
Actually, I did not. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I actually used to have a show on Hip Hop DX. I used to have a hip hop show on that. I don't know if you've ever heard of Hip Hop DX. It's a kind of like an underground-ish hip hop platform that's been around for like almost 2 decades. They have a really like niche audience, and the guy that actually produced that show, he just randomly one day he was like, you got a really good personality. You should do a show where you're interviewing celebrities and you guys are like getting pedicures and drinking mimosas, like petties and mimosas. And I was like, oh my God, that is a golden idea. And we had that conversation in February of 2018, and then the first episode came on July. Like,
wow.
Anytime.
That's such a great idea. And then when you're drinking, I know even if I just have a few sips of something, everything comes out, like everything. Exactly. I'm just a no holds barred. So is that how you guys are, Ray and Austin? Or do you guys not drink? I know a lot of people don't drink. No.
Oh, I mean, I drink. I'm over the age. I drink, obviously, but for me, I'm more just I'm full of jokes, or at least I think I'm funny, and you just catch me laughing at my own jokes the whole time.
Oh, that's
So,
fun.
I'm 47, married with 4 kids. So there you go. Yeah.
4 kids, right? That's right. Oh my goodness. I couldn't even, because I'm 47 too.
Well,
So yeah, 4 kids. That's you're busy. that's
Y'all look great, by the way. I mean, what the heck is 47 these days? But y'all look great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think it's the new 20.
Yeah, no, for real.
okay. I like it. Way to go, April.
There you go. So Petty, go ahead.
If I may actually, talking about like petties and mimosas and how like it's an interesting, no one's thought of it concept. And I've always been a huge fan of those kind of shows because, like you said, it really just brings out the real person. They're laid back, they're having a couple of drinks, they're not really stressing. It reminds me of comedians in cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. There's these 2 wrestlers who used to do a show called Wrestlers Eating Room Service, where they just get room service at the local hotel that they're staying at, and they just talk for 20 minutes, and the fans just enjoy it. It's just such a simple concept, and I'm glad that someone thought of something so creative of petties and mimosas, because no one's ever heard of that. And plus, I'm a sucker for a good mimosa anyway, so I would enjoy it.
And petties. I'm sure men get petties now. I know my fiance gets petties. Ray, do you get petties?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to put that out there, but yeah, I like to sit in there and get my toes done and then sit there.
I have never gotten one.
You're
Manny
missing
petty,
Austin.
nothing.
Change your life, Austin. They rub your calf and everything and then put lotion on your toes. So
my mom and my sister have always been trying to get me to go, and then when I met my girlfriend, she's trying to get me to go, but I refuse every time.
Just go. Just
One day,
fall in, man. Just fall in.
I might need a mimosa to go with it,
Oh, you will. Yeah, and that's why your show is so amazing. You have awesome people on. I just saw your guest recently. You guys had a smile showdown, or what was that? Because he had a
smile challenge.
Yes, smile challenge, because you have a beautiful big smile. He had a beautiful big smile. I just wish I had the little mouth. And so when I smile, it's just all. But you guys have those awesome, gorgeous, big smiles. Now, who has been I'm sure every guest you've had has been your favorite, but like, what has stood out in one guest? Anything like just, something crazy funny?
Dang, it's been so many now. Jeez. Oh my gosh, who has been my favorite guest? Well, I'm gonna say, no, maybe not her. Dang, that's a really, okay.
You have no favorites. Simple as that.
Yeah,
I really don't. But there's a few that do stand out when people ask me that question. And the first one that jumps into my mind is Romany Malco of A Million Little Things, because the comments. First of all, that interview was like almost 2 hours long.
Whoa.
And yeah, and we talked about just like being just a spiritual being, being a human being having a spiritual experience, or is it the other way around? Being a spiritual being having a human experience. There you go. So we talked about that. Yeah, and we just talked about just being a student of life and just trying to be better individuals and just elevating consciousness. Like, I love having those types of conversations. So he stands out. Whenever he always jumps into my head. And then Doe Jones, she's a gospel artist who, prior to actually doing the interview, I didn't even know who she was. It's so funny. Like, me and my team, we actually hit up her publicist to see if we could get Kirk Franklin, but they was like, no, you can't have Kirk, but you can have Doe Jones. And I'm like, okay.
Deal.
And, everything happens for a reason, because it was really an amazing interview. Like, I always tell people something that she said to me that always stood out. She said, God does not speak language. God speaks heart.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So we had a conversation revolving around that, and it was just amazing. And it's just always just like I took a part of that, away from it. So if I had to give you, those are the 2. There's probably a whole bunch of others that I'm leaving out, but those are the 2 that come to mind.
You probably had like, gosh, how many interviews do you think? Just a guesstimation of how many interviews you've had, petties and mimosas.
Oh God, Petties. Well, Petties and Mimosas, the first season was 6 episodes. Second season was 15. So, and the third season didn't start because of COVID. So I did Quarantini and Mimosas. So Quarantini and Mimosas started in April 24th with Lunel. And then it ended December 28th with C King. And that was 100. 100 IG live interviews. Well, maybe 95 live IG interviews, and then like 5 over Zoom.
Oh my
And then and then since this year has started, I did 12 in January, and because I do 3 a week. So yeah, probably almost 130 or 140 if my math
That's
is
a lot. That's a
That's
lot.
crazy.
That is a ton of it. Ray, and I thought you were busy, man.
I know.
Beat you.
And I saw she interviewed Anthony Hamilton. I want to
Yes.
say, no matter what the people say, I do it anyway.
I can't let go. That's what she's talking about that I did the smile challenge with.
Yeah. I saw that. That was so cute. Now, Petties and Mimosas is on YouTube right now, of course, Instagram. And so for those of you that haven't seen it, you guys have to check it out. It is so fun. It's awesome. So make sure you check it out. Now, your lip line, Pretty Smack. Hey, boys, she just got a lip line, Pretty Smack.
I actually have on my I dropped 10 matte liquid lip colors, but today I'm actually keeping it simple. I have on my lip gloss, but I haven't dropped the lip gloss yet. That should be coming early spring, even though I didn't tell anybody yet, but you guys get that today.
Yeah.
The exclusive. We got the exclusive.
Yes. Now, where can we find this? Tell everybody. I want to know where we could Pretty Smack our lips.
So Pretty Smack is strictly a lip line. So you're not going to find, your foundation or, mascara or anything. Everything
Eyeshadow.
lips. Right, none of that. So I'm going to take care of your lips and I'm going to take care of your smile. But it just dropped on February 1st. So, and I dropped 10 matte liquid.
Congratulations. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Thank you so much. Like, I've really been working on Pretty Smack since 2017. And anytime anybody sees me in anything on my lips, it was always, for the past 3.5 years, it was always my own. And I didn't know how or when I was going to drop it. I knew that I was, and I just didn't know where to fund. Like, I took my stimulus check and I put it into my business.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, okay. When people started asking me, well, what is that? Like when I started doing the quarantini interviews, that's when I started to get the questions like, what is that on your lip? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? I was like, all right, it might be time for me to drop this. So finally, here we are. I dropped it February 1st. It's called Pretty Smack. You can follow on Instagram, Pretty Smack Official. You can order online, prettysmack.online. Like I said, it's 10 matte liquid lip colors to start. I'll have a lip gloss coming after that. Then I'm actually have a teeth whitening thing coming as well.
Nice.
I know that's not lips, but it's all a part of the mouth. It's
well, look, do your smile. There it is. There it is with her teeth and her smile. God, I wish I had.
It's important.
It is so important. I wish
blinded by that smile. Blinded.
Yeah, look at my smile. Look. Wait, no, wait. I want to see Ray's smile. Let me see her big smile.
I drink too much wine, so
yeah, you don't do teeth.
I need your teeth whitener.
Oh, there you go, Austin. Do your smile. Let's see your smile.
No, I got coffee teeth. I'm good.
What's funny? You guys need to brush your teeth. Here, I'll show you my teeth. I look really old when I smile with look. See all the wrinkles. Look at.
Yes, I look like a great teeth.
Oh, well, my teeth, but. Man, but yeah, see, that smile and those. I'm so happy you launched Pretty Smack, man. That's going to be. It's going to take off. I'm sure it's already taking off, right?
Actually, I walked into this and I said, God, I'm not going to make any expectations. I just want to put out an amazing brand, amazing line, and you make it do what it do. Yeah. So the orders are coming in because people are seeing me wear it. People see it in the stories. People see me wearing it in the interviews. So, I'm not trying to control it. I'm trying to just let it flow, just let it rock.
Or stress out and push it and waste your. Yeah, no, I hear you. That is so healthy to do that because I know sometimes I get obsessed about stuff and just like settle down, April, settle down, tranquilo.
But when I think about like the reality of a new business when people start new businesses and some people say they don't make any money at all, like the first whatever months or
5
whatever.
years.
Yeah, like to see that I'm happy. Like I'm happy with the progress
Yeah.
that it's made in just 3 weeks, you know?
Good for you. God, that is awesome. So since we're on that, let's do one challenge story of being an entrepreneur, but also one success story, because we know there's challenges and success. Can you share
Yeah.
story, please?
I think the biggest challenge that I have to this day is, building a solid team. And oh my God, like we could have a whole show just about this damn topic. Oh my God. But it's like, you have people today and it's like, are they going to be here tomorrow? So it's, oh my God, constant challenge. But I realized that, the bigger and better your brand gets, you can't take everybody with you. So people serve a certain purpose, but so far, and then you got to find somebody who can do it a little bit better and be a little bit more knowledgeable, or, you know what I mean? So I try to keep a positive mindset about everything. And when one person leaves, something better is coming along, so, but that's, huh?
That's a great way of thinking, because I know when that happens, I just like kind of, I'm too tense, man. I worry, like that movie Parenthood. You worry too much. I think I'm that person now. I hate that.
Oh my gosh. That is a constant challenge, like building a solid team and they always say, like the plan, but don't fall in love with it, because it's always going to change. People are going to come, people are going to go. So just flow with it.
Flow and evolve, yeah.
But it's a constant challenge. And I watch people that I've brought on, I watch them sabotage themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, watch them do like the dumbest things, and I'm just like, did you not think this through? Like, I could give y'all a story that just happened last week, but I don't want to blast him, so I'll just leave that alone. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a constant challenge with like finding people that are going to be here for the long haul. Like, I don't want you to just be here for 6 months to a year. Like, I want you to be here for the long haul. You know what I mean? Yeah. So constant challenge. Jeez.
Yeah.
And then success story, I think when I really take a look at all that I've accomplished, like on my own, like no help, like Pretty Smack, like, okay, Donald Trump gave me a little $1,200 check and I put that towards, okay, that was the small little help that I got. But I've been saving my money. I've been doing everything on my own, no loans. I actually got declined from, you know how many loans I've gotten declined from because my own credit is just a little, because of the sacrifices that I've made for my own career, which is why I don't regret it, but like, geez, I've been rejected on so many levels that the outside people don't know about, So you see the success and you see the great big, show and the lip line and all that, but man, what I had to do to get here. So
blood, sweat, and tears, huh?
Yeah. So just looking at what I've done on my own, like, it's just, I'm impressed by everything, like, wow, like, you actually, did I really do this by myself? What? Like, so yeah, it feels pretty good to know that no matter what, like, I'm able to create. I'm a creative person. And even if Pretty Smack doesn't do well or whatever does, I can still create something brand new and just go from there, So,
man, what great advice.
Yeah.
So were you going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it doesn't succeed, but the point is you had an idea, you had a dream, and you did it. And that's what's most important, I feel like. That's also another thing you talk about is the behind the scenes that no one ever sees. That's always the hardest part that no one ever talks about. You always hear about it, but no one ever, outright just talks about it. And the fact that you're out here saying all the challenges, you decline by loans, it's incredible. All the stuff you said today, and to see the success you're having now, it's honestly incredible.
Yeah, that's so dope with what you said about, that there's beauty in the struggle, like J. Cole said, ugliness and success sometimes. But keep your journey, enjoy your path, because you are dope. And so it's so awesome to see your success. So
thank you.
I applaud you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, that's huge, man. I mean, especially because, like I was saying, I always like sit in my stress and I think, oh my God, it's not moving forward the way I wanted it to. So I needed to hear this right now so I won't add another wrinkle on my face,
Yeah.
That's so important.
I for real had to accept that things are perfect just the way they are. You know, like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not behind. You didn't miss any opportunities. The right interviews are coming your way. The right everything is coming your way. I always say to myself, everywhere that I'm at, I'm always in the right place at the right time.
Nice.
Always, no matter what.
I'm going to take that with me. I'm going to take that now. Great advice. Thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing that. So what's up and coming for Shannon? Not that you just like said.
Girl, first of all, this is another thing, like probably a challenge. Like I'm tired. Like I'm really tired. And like physically, like I just want to go to sleep. Because not only is it Quarantini and Mimosas interviews and Pretty Smack, I also have Mac Tales and Mimosas, and I have another show called A Heart to Heart with Mozart. So, because I have a Mozart sponsor. My sponsor.
Wait, let's do a close up. Can we see that again? Bam!
I don't know if y'all can see that. The light is. Let me turn off the light real quick.
It's the light.
There you go.
There we go. Nice.
Ooh, I like that.
Tasty.
Yeah, it is. So they got it so good because I actually was able to work out a nice little deal with them, and I'm a brand ambassador for the company that distributes Mozart chocolate liqueur. So, and that actually was one of the things that came to my mind when you asked me. You said good story and bad story. Good story is I was able to snag a whole deal by myself, you know, like nobody taught me how to write a proposal. I mean, yeah, I went to school, got a bachelor's, have an MBA, but you got to teach yourself certain things and you got to learn along the way, you know? So the fact that I, you know, did all that on my own. And then when I think about, wow, if I actually really had a strong team, stronger, I have a few people in my background that are doing the best that they can, and I'm so thankful for them. But like, just to, you know what I'm saying? If I can do this on my own, I can only imagine. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I have 4 shows. So it's Quarantine and Mimosas, 3 shows. Quarantine and Mimosas, Mac Tales and Mimosas, A Heart to Heart with Mozart, and then Pretty Smack Official. So there's nothing else coming. I want to build.
If you had anything else coming, oh my goodness, you would probably, I don't know, girl. That's a lot. So that was a dumb question. Let me scratch that question out. We already know what's up and coming. Oh my goodness, Shannon.
You never know because I actually been getting some messages like if I looking to do this opportunity and I'm just like.
That's why I was so happy that you were able to come to the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for this interview. I was just like, yes, because I've been watching you, you know, your own radio station, you know, that's a whole other interview. We have to bring you in for that. And that's what turned me on. And that's why I had told you, oh my God, I thought I saw it on LinkedIn. And I think it was there was something about LinkedIn. Somebody had shared something because I know I didn't see you first on Instagram because I found you on Instagram after a story or something on LinkedIn. And I was so impressed because a woman doing your thing and all the things you're doing, more power to you, man. It's awesome. So
Smack Urban Radio. Yeah, Smack Urban Radio was the first. That I launched Smack Urban Radio on April 10th of 2015. But the music has been off for about 3, maybe 2.5, 3 months now because it was just too much like interference, too much like stuff going on. So it's like, I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to figure out what the heck is going on. And then I'm going to turn it back on. But I had to shut the music off. But it's a 4-channel internet radio station. And it's an app too. So you have the hip hop and R&B channel, a dancehall channel, a soca channel, and a podcast channel. So yeah, it's all off right now. Like I said, only been about 3 months, but it built up to about like averaging around like 13,000 listeners per month on just the hip hop and R&B channel. Yeah, so I need to hurry up and turn it back on.
Yeah.
13,000. Oh,
I know. Yeah, I remember when there was only one person listening. My cousin.
That's so awesome, man. 13, that is a lot. Well, that's amazing. Congratulations. And you know what? I couldn't help but hear there was a lot of good things that have happened to you in the month of April. You have mentioned the month of April a lot, and that hence my name and hence my birthday and my son's birthday. So April's a great month. So I just have to tell you.
How did you hear me say that on like a previous interview or something?
No, just right now. You said you launched your radio station in April, and then something else happened.
No, that's a
Yeah.
thing.
It
I
is.
always say that to people, but like my friends and stuff. I'm like, do y'all realize that I always launch things and like great things always happen to me in April? That's so crazy that you picked up on that.
It's a beautiful month, I tell
Oh my
you.
God. And your name is April for sure. Yeah.
April. Well, my name is April because my parents thought they back in the 70s they did that coin thing over the belly and they thought they were having a boy, so they had a boy's name, some some name made up, and then I come out I'm a girl. They're like, oh shit, well April because of month of April.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you picked up on that. Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I heard that, and of course it's my name, so right away I'm all ding. So I was just like, well, April. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming on into the West Coast. The West Coast misses you, Shannon. Any shout outs before we go? I don't want you to go, but I know you have to do. You have to go to sleep.
I would like to shout out my publicist, Brandy Lynn, of course.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome.
Thank you so much for all of your hard work, because if you didn't take care of this, only God knows I wouldn't be on anybody's show. I would just be doing my own and be sleeping. Seriously. So shout out to Brandy. I think Shakita's watching. I don't know if she left, but she's one of my good friends and she assists me a lot behind the scenes. But she's actually did my hair, but she assists me a lot, like behind the scenes, my shows, and helping me with like ideas, just like the backside. So shout out to her. Shout out to my assistant Mercedes. She handles my booking. I don't know if she's on here watching, booking my shows and artists and stuff like that. And shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate all three of you. Thank you so much for even considering me to be on your show. I'm appreciative. Thank you.
Hell yeah, Shannon Mack. You can find her on Instagram at I am Shannon Mack. You can find Petties and Mimosas on YouTube, right?
Yep, and Instagram. Yep, PEDIS and Mimosas. Yep.
There you go. At her radio station will be coming up. Pretty Smack.
Yes, and Pretty Smack. Yep.
All right. Well, we love you, Shannon Mack. It was so nice to have you.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye. And there you go. You guys, isn't she badass, man? Isn't she awesome?
She's wonderful.
And the Bronx is, I don't think she knew it was 80 degrees in California today. So that may speed up her time to come back. So
yes, I know. Crazy, huh? We've had like summer weather this whole freaking weekend. I've been outside and
the whole country's freezing and we're over here breaking a sweat. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So we are going to give away a $30 gift card to Whole Life Soaps. We have a question coming up. So stay tuned for that. Whoever answers the question correctly in the comments gets to win. Although if you have not won something in the past month and a half. So
looking at you, Jason.
Yeah, Jason is cashing out, man. He's been cashing out this whole time. He's so awesome. He's just an awesome young man. So, okay, let's do this. You know what time it is? What time is it?
what's up, everybody? What's going on? This is your boy Ray Leonard Jr., and this is the sports section. The dopeness that happened this past weekend, I'm talking about Naomi Osaka. If you don't know, now you know. I mean, she is a beast. She won the Australian Open. She beat Serena Williams 6-4, 6-3. Serena was so devastated because she's going for another record. She was right there. It was a great match. And they asked Naomi Osaka, they said, how did you pick up on Serena's serve? Because Serena's serve was so dope and it's so hard to try to get her serve. And she said, there wasn't anything special. I didn't see any tricks from her throwing the ball up or didn't notice anything. She said, I just guessed. And she came up right. Now, she is a young Japanese and African-American girl. She's won 4 major championships. She is tied right now, I think, for winning the most in her first 4. She won first four, and then for active players, she is just on top of the game right now, and she is on fire. So shout out to Naomi Osaka for winning again and being an advocate for everything that is sports and social justice. She's had a brief career, but she is lighting the world on fire, and it's just so refreshing to see someone that is well-spoken, multilingual, and is just a benefit to the world of tennis. And I'm not even a big tennis fan. You know, I mostly watch football and sport and basketball and track and field and baseball and things like that. But, you know, it is so impressive to see a young lady that is taking over the world.
Heck yeah. She played Serena before, and that's when there was that thing, right? Wasn't it when Serena had threw the racket and they made a big deal about it, and all these other tennis players throw their racket all the time, but for some reason they wanted to pick on her, right? Wasn't she playing?
Yeah. She played Serena. I mean, Serena gets so frustrated, and you know she is a passionate player. She's one of those players that plays off emotion, and the more her emotion drives her, the better she gets. And then on the other side, it's kind of like, you know, you had all the guys back in the day that would talk trash, throw the racket, and make a big deal of it, but they never said anything about.
Never got in trouble ever.
John McEnroe. I'm dating myself on John McEnroe, but John McEnroe was the ultimate bad boy, and it was praised. But when Serena does it, it's a whole other thing. So I don't know if you guys have followed Naomi Osaka and what she does, but she speaks up about social issues, and she talks about wanting to move forward, and she's just such a breath of fresh air for the sport. And I think I really want to see Serena win another one. I want to see her get the record, and her and Venus have been such great for women's tennis. But Osaka, she is the future.
Yeah.
There's so many new people coming up in so many sports being labeled as the future. You have Naomi Osaka, Pat Mahomes is the future of football, along with Lamar Jackson, and then now in baseball you have Fernando Tatis Jr. A bunch of people are being labeled as just the future, and I'm loving it in every single aspect of sports world. Yeah.
Well, I think we're in a good space when you see young people that are coming up and representing their sports well. It makes you feel good that remember when Michael Jordan left, and he was like, oh man, who's going to be next? Is there anybody that's going to ever have that space that Michael Jordan has? But then you had Kobe Bryant, then you have LeBron James. I mean, so we've been blessed to have some young people that come up and take those places and take that mantle and do it in a way that's very, very exciting to hear, so.
Heck yeah. Yeah. She, I'm so glad that you mentioned her, because I remember she caught my attention when she played Serena, that one game, like I just mentioned, where Serena threw a racket, and then they got so mad at her, and I was just like, what? They always do that. All the guys always do that. Right. But then she cried. Wasn't she upset because did she win, or didn't she win that match?
Yeah, she won the match. I mean, you think about it, I mean, that was her idol. I mean, Serena is this person she looked up to, and to say this is I have to beat my idol to move. It's bittersweet for her to actually win and say I have to move forward. Because you got to go out and do that and be the next. But Serena always gives her due and says she's just awesome. So as much as she gets upset about losing, and that's the passion that she has about losing, she always gives Naomi her respect. And I think she has a great benefit and thought process to Naomi. So shout out. And she is going to be like the marketing queen. She is going to make so much friggin' money coming up.
Oh yeah.
So many different spaces from overseas and Japan, and then here in the States. I mean, she is just on fire.
She is on fire. God, I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to see her grow as an athlete.
As an icon, if anything.
Yeah.
And an icon. All the above.
For sure. And speaking of not being on fire, the LA Lakers, the last few games, they had the big injury to Anthony Davis, who is the oft injured big man for the Lakers, and then they have the slow Mr. Gasol, Mark Gasol, who is just he looks like he's playing in cement shoes. I don't know what's going on with this guy. I thought about it when he first came to the Lakers, and I was like, man, they don't really want a big guy that can move. You gave away Dwight Howard, you gave away JaVale McGee, and you bring in this guy. It's like he's up. And I think that's what they're trying to figure out what's happening. They lost to the Miami Heat, who was struggling. And LeBron is still being LeBron, but he's like, okay, I need some help. Somebody got to step up. And if Anthony Davis it can't be healthy, it may be a tough run for Lakers because you have teams like the Utah Jazz that are playing well. You have the Clippers are trying to get themselves back into the game, and it's just interesting to see what's going to happen for the trade deadline. There's been a lot of rumors about what's going on with the Lakers. So, maybe they'll go out and get a big man or make some trades, during the trade deadline. But one bright spot, a guy that I have been on, a guy that I was like, man, this dude, just trade him, has been playing lights out, and that is Kyle Kuzma. So, Mr. Kyle Kuzma, I got to give you your credit. You're a young player, but you're figuring out how to make your presence be felt, from rebounding to hustle plays to making knockdown shots. He is definitely starting to show up, and maybe I was wrong about that, but we're gonna see. What do you guys think about where the Lakers are right now?
Man, I haven't been following basketball. Have you, Austin? Yeah, if Fredo was here, he'd have a whole mouthful, I'm sure, but I haven't been following basketball. What's football? I'm having like football blues, basically. I know that sounds lame, but yeah, I haven't touched on.
I caught the baseball bug about a week and a half ago since football is over, so I've been waiting for baseball to start.
Oh, well, baseball is a big thing. I'm glad you brought that up because I got to give a shout out to one of my buddies, one of my best friends. He got picked up as the Mets coach, as a first base coach for the Mets. Tony.
Nice.
He was actually living here in Temecula, and I ran into him. We were headed out. He ran into him at the Best Buy last week, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to spring training on Friday." So,
wow. Nice little paycheck too, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ask him I can borrow $5.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool. Well, congratulations to him for sure.
Yes. It's good times. And then the Lakers play the Wizards I think tonight or tomorrow. So I'm a Washington Wizards fan, Bullets fan. And there's my dogs, and my wife is home.
I actually thought that was a look at Austin's face. I actually thought that was a sound effect. Like right when he says something, it
like someone's getting murdered. Good Lord.
That's the dog pound. That's the dog pound. When I'm talking about the Washington Wizards, they like, oh, we're gonna get this.
That is so funny. That was like dead on. That was perfect. Oh my God. You should bring your dogs in.
They will. They're all up in your face. They're 2 Cocker Spaniels, and now I'm thinking a big tough guy, and I got 2 Cocker Spaniels that are just like putty. So
do they, when they get excited, do they pee all over that? Because I had a Cocker Spaniel, and she always peed every time.
Oh yeah, I have one that's a little special. Her name is Kona, and she's she anytime she sees somebody, she just pees on the floor. And then her sister Katana is much more reserved, but my wife likes Cocker Spaniel, so I didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, the family is home, so
yes, they're the cue, folks. I told you it's coming.
Oh man. Well, there you go. So, any last comments for sports, Ray?
No, the last comments is the Lakers have been on a slide the last few games, and playing my Washington Wizards is probably the best medicine because they are a terrible team. And it sucks to be a fan of a bad team, but it's going to be good medicine for the Lakers, and we'll see what happens going into the All-Star weekend coming up pretty soon here, and we'll see. But can Lakers get back to championship repeat action? We shall see. I
think so. Don't you guys? I don't know.
I'm hoping so.
I feel like they can. They can make it back. Yeah, the magic's there.
Well, there you go. So now we've been talking. Well, thank you, Ray. Gosh, I'm so glad you touched on everything that I've been thinking about for sports. And so, I've been talking about the giveaway for Whole Life Soaps, $30 gift card. Here is the question: what was the name of the show of our guest, Shannon Mack? Whoever answers it correctly, and you haven't won anything in the last month, in the comments, you get a $30 gift card to Whole Life Soaps. They have soaps, conditioners, lip conditioners. You're going to love it. So what was the name of Shannon Mack show, or what is the name of Shannon Mack show? So there you go. Now, coming up next, we have the one and only Austin for Gaming.
Yes. It's time. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Austin here talking about gaming again and giving you a little update. It's not much of an update. It's more I want to educate the masses once again. Before, I've done it in the YouTube videos on segments where I talk about a certain aspect or a certain thing in the gaming world. So today we're going to focus on esports. I want to talk about something I find near and dear to my heart, and that is franchising in esports. Now you're asking me, Austin, what is franchising? I'm going to tell you. So you know how there's teams in basketball and baseball and hockey, and they are the franchises. Yeah, the Yankees, the Angels, the Warriors, they are all the franchise, right? Franchising in esports is when a gaming team or a gaming organization gets enough funding to where they can buy a spot into a professional league for a certain game. Now, the first real case of franchising we've ever had was about 3 years ago with League of Legends, North American esports league called the LCS. They started franchising, selling each spot for $10 million, but it was a 3-step process. Number 1, you had to apply. Number 2, you need a business plan into why you belong in the league for at least 5 years. And number 3, you had to come up with the money by a certain day. You had to get either A funding, B funding, or round 2 funding, a whole bunch of money. And we had 10 original teams, all coming from different waves of, media, entertainment, and even sports. So we were talking about basketball today with Ray, and there's a couple sports teams, there's a couple NBA teams that actually have a stake in some esports teams we have in League of Legends esports. On the North American side, we have one team. I want you to guess who is sponsoring the team. They're called the Golden Guardians. Any guesses on who's funding them? Any ideas?
Warriors.
That's correct, Ray. That is correct.
How did you
Golden
know
State
that?
Warriors.
Golden State, Golden Warriors.
Golden Guardians, Golden State. There you go. There you go. Simple as that. There are some teams that you can't really tell when they're being sponsored by an NBA team, but they announce it in their funding when they announce, we got funding from this organization, this company. So, for example, one of my favorite esports teams across all of the gaming scene is 100 Thieves. A little shout out to them again. They are actually sponsored. Well, not sponsored. They are co-owned by the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Excuse me. So the Cavaliers have a stake in 100 Thieves, as well as a very, very big name in music. Drake actually has a 10% stake in 100 Thieves. He announced it about 2 years ago. He met with the owner, Nate Shop, personally. They came to a deal, and he is co-owner of 100 Thieves now. So it's really crazy how you can imagine there's so many different people and other like icons getting into the gaming scene. It really shows how it's a really big deal nowadays, and I really appreciate
a lot of money. There's a lot of money involved.
A lot of money to be involved, but also a lot of money you can lose as well. There have been cases where certain teams who have been franchised leave because either their company doesn't want to put the money towards that commitment for 5 years sometimes, or even less, or it's more like they got bought out by someone and they want new ownership in a new team. Jason, you learned so much. I'm really happy I'm educating someone. It really means
I learned so much too, Jason. I'm right there with you, dude. Totally.
Yeah, it's honestly amazing. And then Call of Duty in North America, they started franchising just this year, which is why, a year ago, which is why we now, instead of having, just FaZe or Optic Gaming, you now have Optic Gaming Chicago. You have the Atlanta FaZe, Dallas Empire, who's owned by the Envious Gaming organization. And they paid a little bit less. But 100 Thieves, they bought their spot. They bought Optic's spot, which I talked about a couple weeks ago. And it's really awesome how you can see teams going in and out, in and out. There was one team that was applied to franchise for League of Legends in North America. They were called NRG. And even Shaq has stake in NRG. He has a 5% stake. Alex Rodriguez, the former Yankees steroid user, he has stake in it as well. Sorry, I have beef towards Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, shoot.
It's Mr. Lopez to you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take that instead. Yeah. And they were denied a spot in the North American League of Legends scene because not that they couldn't come up with the funding, their business plan didn't match what the Riot Games, the owner of League of Legends, didn't want to see. They had an idea more towards they want to market the NRG brand, that way they can expand themselves in the gaming industry into even more entertainment. Whereas Riot Games said, we want the gaming scene to blow up. We don't want everything else to expand. It's it's a kind of different visions, I guess you could say. And that's a tough part about it is you can apply, you can get to the second interview, you can come with the funding, you can show the proof, but then at the end of the day, it's a board of directors have to decide yes or no. And yeah, it sucks, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, in Europe, they've been franchising, but mainly it's soccer teams, not, NBA teams or baseball teams. Cause obviously in Europe, soccer is a whole other big deal. Football. Yeah. Like, if you want to be correct, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
You have teams like Schalke 04, they're in it, and then I think PSG, they're in it as well. They own a stake in Astralis, I believe, who's a EU League of Legends team. Yeah, Ray, do you have a question? I'm sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, I had a question. Like, do you see that with these partnerships or the ownership with these sports teams? Do you see some of the venues being turned into esports arenas?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. It's happened in the past. The Lakers or Clippers don't have stakes in anything, but they've used Staples Center as the epitome of most League of Legends events. We've had Madison Square Garden's been sold out. And the first time Madison Square Garden sold out, fun fact, it was in 2015, I believe, for North American League of Legends Finals. Literally a year later, the Madison Square Garden company bought majority ownership in a League of Legends team that we now know as Counterlogic Gaming. And they currently still own majority stake, all because of that one event. And now Madison Square Garden has held host to 3 League of Legends events, including 2 World Championship events.
All sold
out. It's crazy. Yeah.
So I know back a few years ago when I was checking out the League of Legends, it was like 56 million players or something like that. Crazy. What are they up to now? Because I know esports is just like blowing up. So you said the franchising, I'm sure, is just expanding everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it's upwards of now it's got to be over 100 million by now, if not more. It absolutely got to be more. League of Legends, Riot Games, the company that makes League of Legends, they've released one new game now called Valorant and another game called Legends of Runeterra. All their games are free, and they make all their money through in-game cosmetics. They don't help you win the game. They don't help you get an advantage. You just look better. Your character looks cooler. League of Legends Riot Games is valued at a $1.3 billion company from 3 free games. And with that, they've been able to develop a shooter game, which came out called Valorant, which is probably the next big thing in esports. I can't wait to see that scene blow up once we're out of the COVID era and they're selling out stadiums and tournaments and stuff, as well as they're coming out with a fighting game to compete with Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat, which we haven't seen a real competitor to them in over 10 years now. So there's a lot of high expectations there.
I applied to work at Riot Games years and years ago when they first and they didn't hire me. They brought me up and interviewed me, and they're like, "Oh well, you don't know."
At least you got an interview.
You got it right out of college out of San Diego. It was like 2002 or something. I was on the 10-year plan. I applied for something for Riot Games and nothing. Not even an email like "Thanks for applying." At least you got an interview.
Ray's gone farther than any of us. I got an email saying no. So.
I got there, and then I guess they didn't like me either. So, the end game is the same. So,
but see, that's how crazy though. How big Riot Games can be. I didn't know April and Ray. I didn't know you guys applied there back when they were starting 2002. That's like one of their founding years. I believe.
I had a friend who worked in the gaming industry out in LA, and she's like, "Get in! It's like a big thing." And I was just like, "Games, okay." And I just applied, but yeah, I didn't.
Riot Games is one of the biggest gaming companies now you can think of when it comes to online multiplayer PC gaming. They have taken over the industry, and they're going to continue to take it over for the next 10 years forward, if not more. But that wraps up franchising. I'm glad you guys were listening to my rant a little bit. Anyone who learned anything, I'm really happy it did. If you got any questions, let me know. I'm all ears. I'm all open. I'll try to have an answer for everything, but thank you for letting me rant a little bit.
Heck yeah. And do you ever go live, Austin, on Twitch playing?
I go live on Twitch rarely, and when I do, it's at twitch.tv/T, as in my last name, T Garden, EEBUSH 007. It's Tbush 007. Don't ask me why it's that name.
I was
just a
just
name.
going to say, why the T-Bush?
All right, I'll explain it. So when I was in high school, I was a little young lad. I was skinny. I was 5'3". I weighed less than 100 pounds. I was on this field trip right before school started with my student government. We were going to a Padres game, and I met this guy named Justin Silva, who was actually in our last show. He showed up at the very end at the chat. I gave him a shout out last time.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "What's your name?" He's like, "I'm Austin T Garden." He's like, "That's cool." And then like an hour later, he's like, "Yeah, T Garden's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna call you T Bush."
Oh,
And it stuck all throughout high school, through all my sports, all my friends. And, here I am 5 years out of high school going on 6, and I'm still getting called that from my friends from back then. They still call me T Bush or T Garden.
It sounds nasty.
Nice.
I know. It sounds bad, but it's really
That's like Pitbull and his condoms.
I can't believe that, man. Well, actually, I can believe it. There's so much that goes on, so much fun. Well, there you go. That was gaming. Austin with gaming. He goes live sometimes on Twitch. So we had a pretty cool show tonight, and we took a 2-week hiatus. It was a break. I knew it was going to be a little bit of a short incoming, because we took a 2-week break. So,
yeah.
But we have some awesome guests coming up. Founder of Women in Radio. You guys, this is huge on Instagram. She is amazing. She's coming in next Monday from the East Coast again. We have another early show. And then we have a lady who's representing and assisting Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong. He's actually opening up a museum in the Inland Empire in Riverside. She'll be coming in talking about the opening of Cheech Marin's museum and his artwork and where it'll be located. And the lady who, and I don't want to say her name, who announces the celebrities when they get their star in Hollywood. The main lady, she's in every picture. She'll be coming in. So we have a lot of cool interviews coming up. Thank you guys so much for coming in, Ray and Austin. I know both of you guys are really busy, so I appreciate it.
Always happy to be here.
My dogs say hello.
Yes, and your dogs too. So again, you could still win. Whoever comments correctly, except for Jason Vilches. Thank you so much, dude, for tuning in, though. But what is the show of Shannon Mack's, or what's the name of Shannon Mack's show? And she is on Instagram. I am Shannon Mack. Check her out. She just launched her Pretty Smack lip line, and she's amazing. She has her show on YouTube. I almost said it right now. So whoever correctly says it in the comments, even after you're seeing this, if it's later on tonight or tomorrow, you win a $30 gift card to our sponsor for tonight, Whole Life Soaps. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a good week. Ray, anything? Who's coming up on your show this week?
Oh, this week I'm doing music and medicine. I have Dr. Moshe Lewis on my show this week. And then next week I have, it's a special one, actually, my mother and her other ex-husband, baseball player Otis Nixon. So yeah, you definitely want to tune in for that one.
I'm about ready to call your mom. See, I have access. We're going to call her when it happens.
You need to text her. Yeah.
Time out. Did you say Otis Nixon?
Yes.
The Red Sox player, right?
Yeah, he was Red Sox and Atlanta Braves. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, Ray's big stuff, Austin. Ray's big stuff. He's surrounded by people like big celebrities.
Ray, I need to hang out with you so I can feel like I want to know what it's like to be big stuff. I gotta hang out with you. I mean, you're like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, we gotta do an esports show because I tell you that's my game. I'm getting involved in that. I love it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I would love to see that actually. But yeah, okay. So tune into Ray's show. It's live on Instagram and YouTube.
And
right?
Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Know Better, Do Better. You can find it on all the podcast channels. Know Better, Do Better by Ray Leonard Jr. Subscribe. Check me out.
Check him out, him and Austin. All right, and before we go, I just have to say we had 250 listeners, which sounds so lame compared to I Am Shannon Mack. She's like, I had 13,000 listeners. You guys, I'm so happy. Raghouse Radio, check it out, raghouseradio.airtime.pro. We just got added on to Streama, which is such a big deal. It's all FM and AM. I'm playing unsigned singers and bands only. I'm only all about that, supporting new music. So you guys check it out. All right. Have a good week, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out. Have a good week. See you next Monday.